Okay, so
The Peguin, starring Colin Farrell, Kristen Milioti, and Clancy Brown, and this show picks up exactly a week after the events of the Batman movie, and it feels like such a natural transition to just follow the Penguin around. There was a little bit of a controversy, kinda, because they changed the name of Oswald Cobblepot to Oswald Cobb, which is the most trivial thing you could do. Like, it literally changes nothing about the character. And it makes sense. Cobblepot, it just sounds aristocratic in nature, and this guy is anything but an aristocrat. And man, Colin Farrell is quite literally unrecognizable. Like, you could, if I didn't know already that was Colin Farrell, I would call bullshit on that, because it looks nothing like him. It's insane. The amount of dedication you have to have for a role, to just sit there for hours in the makeup chair and then spend the rest of the day with all that makeup on. It's insane. It's quite literally torture. You're sitting through what's legally considered as torture for hours just for a role. That is just fucking crazy in my opinion. And this is HBO, of course, so they gave them free reins to make it as hardcore as they could. And boy oh boy, they do not shy away from anything in this show. It's very, very graphic and violent and just, whew, I approve. This is not your grandpa's Penguin. This is not Danny DeVito. This is boots to the ground, grounded. It's very realistic and I am eating it up. Now, this being said, in, well, the Batman universe, people will be wondering, well, where's Batman? Why isn't Batman in the show? And Batman is mentioned once at the beginning, like for 20 seconds, and we move on. We don't really need Batman in this show. Batman at the end of the movie was at a pivoting point in his life. He needed to make a change, and I think he's taking a little break until he figures out how to approach being Batman in the future. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna pop up in this show anytime soon. When they announced this show, the first thought I had was like, well, it's a Batman show without Batman. Didn't we do this already with that show Gotham? They had the Penguin as a protagonist as well, but even that show was a more fantastical version of Gotham. And this feels like Goodfellas, it feels like Sopranos, it feels like Breaking Bad, but it has its own unique tone, its own unique DNA. And yeah, it's perfect. It's nothing like Gotham. I genuinely love this show, and it's surprisingly hilarious. The dialogue really is the true star of this show, and it's funny in the same way Breaking Bad is funny. It's just very dark humor throughout the episode, and yeah, I fucking loved it. The thing with Oswald is that he's a piece of shit, but you sympathize with him. He's so charming in his own weird, fucked up way, and yeah, you're rooting for him. He's an underdog. I love that even though the Riddler is not in this show, his aura, his presence is still felt, because he had a direct effect on the events that happened throughout the show. Like, without him, I don't think the show would be entirely different. I talked a lot about Colin Farrell, but the rest of the cast brings their A game to this. Milioti as Sophia Falcone is fucking terrifying. She's crazy. She's got those big ass crazy eyes. She's definitely terrifying. A great addition to the cast. I'm really excited to see what else she does throughout the show and what her relationship with Oswald is going to evolve into after the events of the first episode. It's really, really interesting. Her character is probably one of my favorite ones. And the Penguin gets a sidekick in this episode, Victor, and the chemistry is great, but I would be shocked if Victor survives this story. Like, this story ends in tragedy. I've seen this before. Jesse and Walter, Rick and Morty, I've seen this before. This dynamic, it ends in tragedy. It's definitely not gonna end well for Victor. I'm telling you that right now. I'll be shocked if it happens. And Gotham, man, I mean, I bet you've heard this before, but Gotham is another character in the show. It just feels like it really needs Batman. Like, you see now why the Batman is needed in Gotham. And I really love how this version of Gotham feels and looks. The transition between the movie and the show, you can't tell. You really cannot tell. It's very great. Anyways, I'm so excited for the rest of the show, and I hope it sticks the landing, because some of these shows, especially the Disney Plus ones, they start off really good and then they like drop off. It's annoying. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on the Penguin episode 1. What do you think about it? I think I might start doing some weekly videos on this show, most likely. Remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.